Hey anglers, thanks for tuning in for another video. I know I said that the next video would be a fishing tips video, but I got a comment on the last video about the new faction update that completely changed my mind. Yeah, so upon the release of the upcoming update, that will be like changing some of the yellow zones and red zones, which will in turn affect my information to you guys. I want to ensure that I give you all like the most complete and up-to-date info. So I won't be doing a video yet. I'm gonna wait for that faction update to come out. So when that gets released, then I will make the video so I give you guys the most up-to-date, useful information on fishing. You know, I don't want to like tell you something and then it just changes a week later because of an update. So with that all being said, today's video will be a meet angler brown, as you can probably tell by the title. I will be showing you guys all my destiny board, my stats, my chests, right, the guild island. Also be showing you, I'll be doing some cooking, just to show you guys, you know, what I can do, as well as show you guys some of the projects outside of Albion that I've been working on recently. They're related to Albion, but they're outside, like I have to go outside the game to show you. So, with that all being said, I hope you buckle up and get ready to learn a little bit more about one of your favorite fishermen. Hopefully your favorite fisherman, but that's okay. All right, here we go. So I'll start by showing you guys my stats, right? So this is where I'm at, right? I'm a glorious player, 15,000 reputation, so I'm not notorious or whatever it's called. What is that called actually? Dreaded, nefarious, that's what I was trying to think of. I'm a glorious player on the royal continent. I like to go to all of my zones. I have a total fame of 133 million, as you guys can see. I've killed a couple players, 30 million in kill fame, so that's pretty good. 71.5 million for killing mobs, that's decent. Gathering is at 1.21 million, and my fame for crafting is at 27.2. I think I'll do a little bit of math and I'll see how much I have for fishing, because if you guys don't know, fishing actually doesn't show up on your gathering or in any of these. So what you can do though is, you know, look at your total fame, subtract all of the other things, and then you'll get your actual fishing fame. So keep that in mind. Killed 1,950 players. I'm actually 50 players off 2,000, so pretty close. But yeah, these are my stats for all of you who were ever wondering. I have 30 million in the bank, so hey, not broke. You know, I need 100 million though, because I am going for a mammoth. I need 130 million, so 100 million more. Maybe I'll be able to make that someday. Alright, with our stats out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the Destiny board. So this is where we're at. I'll start with the fishing thing, so everybody knows I'm 100 on gathering, right? Okay, right? You could use all of it. And I'm also 100 spec. So I'm full max tier fisherman for anybody wondering. I'm 200, done it. I've been leveling up Harvester, Ore, and I am actually a Elder Lumberjack. So I like to make fishing rods. I need wood to make fishing rods. Just makes sense that I'd be Elder, right? Same thing, tier 6 on fiber, ore, and tier 8 on wood. So these are kind of my stats for gathering and my gathering classifications and spec right there. Looking into crafting, right, in this, the tool makers, 100 out of 100 on Fisherman Crafter. I can make all up to T8. Not only that, I am complete 300 on the garb, jerkin, and hat. Garb, boots, and hat crafter. So, boom. I'm a fisherman, as you guys can tell now. There should be no doubts. I craft some of the finest fishing gear in all of Albion, in all of the lands. And I hope to get into your guys' hands one day. Would like a mammoth to do so, but we'll see. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. There's only a couple more things I want to show you that are really that important. I am 700 on plate armor boots, or plate boots. So, as you can see, all of these are at, oh, that was a little bit of lag. All of these are at 100. Alright, boom. I have 100 on Guardian, Knight, and Soldier armor, and 50 on all of the other types of plate armor. So I'm getting there. Obviously I'm 100 if I have. and I'm 700 on plate helmets. So I have a tank. That's what I do. That's what I was starting to do when I was playing with friends and I had a guild to play with and everything like that. I was the frontline tank, so plate armor is what I'm most specialized in. In the same note, right next to that is swords. I'm 100 on broadsword, 100 on claymore, 60 on dual swords, 50 on carving, and 50 on galantine. Haven't used the Kingmaker and the Clarent Blade, just whatever. So that's kind of like my stats in weapons. So if you would think about me, you could think fisherman / tank. Right? I'm pretty much a retired tank, just living a fishing life. Who also picked up some swords. I'm 100 on mace, right, and then 69 on all of the artifacts except for the Oath Keepers. 57 on Morningstar, or 51, sorry, on Morningstar, and this bullshit heavy mace. Or I'm sorry, BS heavy mace. I have, obviously if I'm a tank, I have all of the shields are done, and that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. Everything else is just kind of mediocre. I mean, like, I'm 100 on these, but I don't really have specs, so it's not really that important to show you. So what should you take away from this? Well, you should take away that I'm a tank, or an ex-tank. You should take away that I'm a full 100 fisherman, 200 sorry, fisherman and lumberjack, or an elder lumberjack, and I craft some of the finest fishing gear in all of Albion Online. So that is my destiny board with all of the important tiles or nodes talked about. So now that we've covered my stats and my destiny board, I'll show you guys my chest. So we're here on Angler Anonymous Island. Real nice place. Got a bunch of fishing lines over here. I got my butcher because gotta chop fish. Nice little decoratives. Come up here. We got a little round table. My trophies for my sharks that I caught. In here we have 10 laborers, fishing laborers. They're tier 7. All of them are T7, almost T8, or halfway to T8. So yeah, we have 10 fishing laborers in the thing. Now I'm going to show you guys my chest tab. This is like everything pertaining to fishing on the Guild Island, and then I'll show you one in Fort Sterling, and that'll be it for the chests. But this is what my chest looks like. We have over a stack of river sturgeon, so a lot of money, probably about 5 million I want to say in total. We have 2 stacks of Dago mouth catfish, so over 2,000 right there. 157 deadwater eel, that's a lot. 38, deadwater salmon. It's just basically filled with a bunch of fish that are high priced and nice. 132 tuna. Seaweed skyrocketed in price, so I've been hoarding it. I have over a stack, almost 2 stacks actually, and a bunch of already chopped fish. I think there's about 8 or 9,000 sitting right here. And so yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and look at our. If you've ever been to one of my streams, you'll know that after every time I go out fishing on stream, I put a portion of my fish into my 10,000 fish goal. So this is 1,147 fish, I believe, if you count all of these up. And once I get to 10,000, I'll be chopping it all up and doing something with it. Maybe I'll give it away or let somebody eat it or something. We'll see. Now we can move on to the trophy room. The trophy room is where I have all of my masterpiece crafted gear. All of this is crafted by me. Some things are duplicates, I have a couple of them. But there's at least one of every masterpiece level tier, other than journeyman, but whatever. I mean, I'm not gonna do journeyman's fishing. I don't need that. So, but yeah, and then I'm wearing the T8 version, which would also be in the trophy room. So this is my trophy room. You can admire it all you want. Moving on, my fishing tab. There's pretty much nothing in here anymore. I moved it all to another location, but it does have enough things to cook food and different things like that. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the bank right quick, and I'll go over the next tab. Okay, I will go ahead and turn this part down because I know how loud it can be in these banks sometimes. However, I'll go ahead and show you my fishing tab. So in here is where I keep all of my real like fishing related items. Anything that I get that's good, I'll leave it here. Whether it's crafting or bait or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and start at the top. Obviously my 8.3 fishing gear. If you've seen the video, try to become the fastest fisherman. Very nice. It's not masterpiece, so that's my next goal, is to try and get 8.3 masterpiece gear. That would be insane, and I would truly be the fastest fisherman. But that's where we're at right now. We got a couple excellent pieces in here. You know, excellent. A couple of them. We got some Avalonian rods in here. Right, so that's nice. That's nice. Bunch of bait. Bought it in bulk one time and just kind of been using it ever since. And that's really much all there is to it. There's just some wood that I have because Fort Sterling, right? You 40% return rate here. And that's pretty much it for this fishing tab. But as you can see, it's worth 24 million silver. I didn't even look at how much the other one was cost, but I think it was like 30 million. So I have about 50 million in the bank. In these two bank tabs alone, or two banks alone. Okay, I'll go ahead and get back to the island. Alrighty, now that we're back on the island, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some projects outside of Albion that I have been working on, and I'd like your opinion. You know, if you think it's cool, if you think I'm missing something. Obviously, if 100 people view this, 100 heads are better than 0, or better than 1. I'm sorry. I do have a head. So 100 heads are better than 1. So you can go ahead and, like, you know, feel free to leave some comments on what you think I could fix, what needs to be worked on. But this is always just a rough draft. So I just want to premise that with before I show you guys what I've been working on. So to start, I will show you a tab. This is an Excel sheet that I made quite a while ago, and it's basically a fishing calculator in terms of like input. You have to manually input. So you have, I'll go over it, and it looks like a lot of numbers, but I'll break it down. Basically, at the top you have your fish name, right? The amount that I have, or whatever, the amount of chopped fish that you'll get from it, the estimated market values. You have to actually look at the market value and input it yourself from the estimated market value price. That will then calculate and do estimated market value for all of the fish that you have, and then it'll also check the price of the chopped fish. So if you were to just sell the fish, or if you were to chop it up, how much money would you make, you know, if you do either or. Here you can see the difference for the market value and the difference for if you chop fish, right? So which one is better, basically. And then you have the types of sauces. I'll go over that in a little bit. So as an example, I'll try to explain this as best I can. We have 3 Albion perch. 3 Albion perch is 9 chopped fish, because for every Albion perch you get 3 chopped fish. So 3 times 3, 9. The amount of 9, or the amount of 1 Albion perch, I input this, was 474 silver. It might be higher or lower now. So basically, if we have 3 Albion perch, that's worth 1,422 silver. If we were to just sell it straight up, I'm gonna put these on the market, 3 Albion perch. This is how much money we'll make. If we decided to chop it up, we would be able to get 1,647 for the chopped fish. So we have not. So we take our 3 Albion perch, we chop it up into 9. This is how much silver we would make. Now the price per chopped fish is 188 right now, but it was 183 when I first made this. So that's the number I'm using. So with that being said, we would get a market difference if we were to sell our 3 Albion perch on the market versus if we were to chop it up. We would be losing 225 silver. So in this case, it is better to chop it up, right? But that's not the case for every fish, as we know. So with that being said, I was able to just use this kind of basic idea to do multiple different types of fish and see, is it better to chop the fish or to sell it straight up? So These are some numbers that I had quite a while ago. I don't have it anymore. I think this is from when I did the 42,000 chopped fish or whatever. But as another example, we'll do one that's bad, and then we'll do the one that's good, in a sense. So it's 729 spotted trout. I'm hoping everybody's kind of following along. I know I speak fast, but try and keep up. Go back a couple times. So we have a fish name, right? Spotted trout. How many did I have? 729. If I had 729, we get 6 chopped fish per 1 spotted trout. So that's 4,374 chopped fish. I looked at the market value of 1 spotted trout. It was 1,076 at the time that I made this. So 729 times 1,076 is equal to 748,404 silver. That's how much money we would make, or silver we would make, if we were to just sell the fish on the market. If we were to chop the fish and sell it on the market, we would make 800,442. As you can see, it's better to chop spotted trout. We'll be making more money from the chopped fish alone. So we actually made a profit of 16,038 silver if we were to chop this fish. So that is a scenario in which it's better to chop fish than to sell it straight up. Let's look at one where it's worse. So we go ahead and look at Danglemouth catfish, for example. I had 1,622. That would create 16,620 because you multiply by 10. An estimated market value for one Danglemouth catfish is not like this anymore, but it was 3,145. So we take our 1,662, multiply it by our estimated market value for one fish, and we get 5,226,990 silver. That's how much money we would make if we were to sell the fish. On the flip side, if we were to turn it into chopped fish and sell the chopped fish, we would only be making 3,074,700 silver. So in this example, we would be losing 2,152,290 silver because we turned it into chopped fish. So we have 2 examples, and you can look down the entire row, and it's reflexive or dynamic. So when I change this number, it will change the entire thing, right? So we can go ahead, and from there, I put in all these numbers, I did the calculations, and we look at, okay, so spotted trout, it's better to chop. Bryce Alexander, it's better to chop. Danglemouth catfish, don't chop. River sturgeon, don't chop. Clams, chop. T7 clams, don't chop. Right, so you just kind of go down the line and see which is better, which is which. And so when we add up all of the numbers in this column for estimated market value, we get 20 million. When we add up all the values in this column, price of chopped fish, we get 12 million. But what I did is how I maximize profit is do the total of all the green, right? So this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good, right? And you just kind of go pick and choose which ones are better. And from there, you're able to get better prices. It looks like I did do a couple of these wrong at the time of recording this. Some of them are red and they should be green. But regardless, you'll be making more money by doing the green. And that's just a way of seeing, is it better to chop fish or is it better to not? And this is my solution. Of course, there's probably many flaws with it. Maybe I'm not taking into account a couple of things. I know these numbers are very off. This is from a couple months ago, but last I did is January 1st actually. So yeah, it's been over a month. But I made it back in like October, I want to say. So this is what it looks like. Over here we have, how much basic fish sauce you could produce, given all of the chopped fish, which is 70,000. How much fancy sauce you could produce, how much special sauce, right? Okay, so this is just the overall kind of idea of the spreadsheet. I hope you guys learned something from it. Again, it's probably not the most intuitive, like, oh, I can see, like, oh, this is good, this is bad, but I hope it gives you an idea. What you need to take away from this, the main point, is that it is better to sell danglemouth catfish straight off to the market and do not chop them up. You will be losing a significant amount of silver if you decide to chop it up. So, and same with the river sturgeon. And there are many other fish just like this. You kind of have to go through the motions, put the numbers in, and see, am I going to make more money selling it straight off? Or would it be better for me, more beneficial to just chop it? That is up to you guys, but I hope this kind of helps your idea of how you can come up with that and come up with that solution. So, I'm sorry that I just kind of went on that rant and that spiel. But I hope you guys understand. I hope I explained that well enough. If you want to know more about this and see it kind of more off, go ahead and join me on stream. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 00 UTC, which is 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'll be on there for a few hours. I can answer your questions. We can do some math together. But yeah, so that's one project. The final project that I'm going to show you guys, as I don't want this video to be too long, is one that I made in Java. Seeing as I'm a computer science major, I was able to write a little bit of code to do a fishing calculator for chopped fish and sauce production, right? So, again, this one is pretty crude, but I made it with a graphical user interface, or GUI, and this is what it looks like. So, pretty simple. You just enter the amount of fish that you have. I didn't put all of them in. I did because, obviously, why would you put danglemouth catfish in here? Why would you put river sturgeon in here? You wouldn't. Why wouldn't you? Because you'd be losing money. Correct. Okay, just making sure everybody knows. So, we start by entering our values. And you know what? I will actually look at the actual values that I have in-game, and I'll use them for this example. So I'll go ahead and do that. Open this up. Alright. So everybody can see, we have 0 blue scale pike. We have 305 spotted trout. We have 469. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and I'll input these numbers and we'll get back to it later. Okay. So, I've just put in an arbitrary number of seaweed that we have. I just said 999. Now we have to input the price of the seaweed, of the price of the basic sauce, fancy sauce, and special sauce. You can get these from Albion 2D. You can look at them in Fort Sterling for your own. You can just look at the estimated market value in game. There's many ways to get the prices of the thing. So what I'll do is come over here and I'll just look them up straight from in game so we get
tried my latest creation?
The most accurate price. So this one is 3,255. So I'll put that 3,255, 10,094, and 27,562. Right. So we'll go ahead and input those numbers. 10,094 and 27,000. Make sure I got these right. And 27,562. 562. Okay, we have all of our information input. Go ahead and full screen this again. And from there, we can click chop fish. This now calculates how much chopped fish we'll get. We are looking at 11,568 chopped fish, right? So now we look at how much seaweed we have, and we're able to calculate, based on the amount of chopped fish and seaweed, how much basic sauce, fancy sauce, and special sauce we would be able to create. So, with that being said, we would be able to create 771 basic sauce, 257 special sauce, and 257 fancy sauce and 85 special sauce. Right? Okay, that's good to know. So now we can look at our prices. So we're gonna hit the price button. Okay, my thing is a little bit broken. I will be right back once I fix it. Well, it looks like we have an upper limit. I'll have to fix that, obviously, in the thing. But the seaweed was a problem. I don't know why, but it just was. So let's do our example one more time. Let me go over it for a final time. We have all of our numbers. We input them. We have chopped fish. We had 750 basic sauce. That's how much we could make. 250 fancy sauce and 83 special sauce. That's how much fish sauce we could make with our numbers, based on chopped fish and based on seaweed as well. It takes both of them into account. We then click the price button, and from that we're able to see that we're able to make 2,418,750 silver if we were to make basic sauce, 523,500 silver if we were to make fancy, and 2,287,646 silver if we were to make special. What does this mean? If we were to make fancy sauce, we'd be making the most money. We'd be making about 100,000 more than basic and 300,000 more than special. So in this sense, fancy sauce is the best sauce to make for the most amount of money. That was very frustrating. I apologize. Computer science is hard, but that's where we're at. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys weren't too bored and clicked off the video already, but the next video, or hopefully the next video, will be the fishing tips. I want to hopefully have the thing will be out by like Wednesday, or if not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. But we'll come up with the video again, streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 0 UTC to 3 UTC, so about 3 hours. See if you can make it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy fishing.